Hi, crafters! Last week I was teaching foam clay recipes because it's one of my favorite materials. And I found out there are two awesome recipes to make it at home, and today I'm going to show you how to do them. Let's get to the recipe. Now that we have all the ingredients, we can start with the first recipe. We need the following ingredients: 1 tablespoon of flour, water. It doesn't have to be drinking water, tap water is fine. Half a tablespoon of salt and half a tablespoon of shampoo. Preferably, if you can get a clear shampoo, that's better, because the dough tends to take on the color of the shampoo. And with patience and love, we're going to mix this together with a little spoon. Now, if you notice, ours turned out really runny. Don't worry, we're on the right track. The goal is to mix it well and try not to have any lumps. We want it to be as smooth as possible. It smells like shampoo. It'll smell like the shampoo you bought. We're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. It has to be cornstarch because that's what gives it the top effect, the premium quality. Don't use flour, use cornstarch. So 1.5 tablespoons. What I'm going to do is first add 1 tablespoon, just in case that's enough to thicken it. And if I need more, I'll add it. And we still need more, as you can see, because it's still very sticky. We're going to add the half tablespoon of cornstarch. And we're going to keep mixing. You'll know your dough is ready when it starts to come off like this, see? I mean, you even feel like it's harder to keep going with the spoon. That's when we're going to switch to kneading with our hands. And when you knead it, it shouldn't stick to your hands much. It should be super easy to handle. And if you feel like it's still sticking to you, like here, I'm going to add a little more cornstarch. What I like most about this Play-Doh is the texture. Look at it, it looks soft, almost like butter, you see? The only thing I'm not crazy about is that it's really sticky. So, to keep it from sticking so much, what I recommend is adding a little bit of baby oil so it slides a bit better in your hands. Wow, I think it has an amazing texture. It almost feels like slime, which is the same texture that real foam Play-Doh usually has. And now we're going to put it in a clean container so it doesn't get lumpy. And I'm also going to wash my hands, because to continue with the painting, your hands need to be super clean. After kneading it a lot, it shouldn't stick to your hands as much anymore. That's where the baby oil really helps us out. It has this smooth texture, kind of like foam, almost like fabric. It feels porous, gets really hard, and doesn't crumble. What I don't like about this dough is that, look at these two little balls. They're supposed to have the same paint that you use to color any porcelain, but in the end, they just turned out white. So, if you make this recipe, the only downside is that you have to paint the object once it's already dry. In this test ball, the half without color is the dough without paint, and this is the dried dough that's been painted. So, look at the result. It's the same color, but check out the intensity. You're going to have to paint it after it's dry. That's the only bad thing about this recipe. To store our dough, I suggest using one of those resealable plastic bags, and you just keep it in there. I liked this recipe better because it lasts longer. I mean, actually, this is the one we made today, and the one I made as a test a week ago is this one I have in this container. It feels almost the same as the one from a week ago, you see? It cracks a little more, but when you squish it and work it, it still feels super soft. It's not sticking to my hand. So, this one lasts a long time, as long as it's well sealed. Now let's make the second recipe. We need 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Cornstarch or corn flour, it's the same thing. Half a tablespoon of shampoo and half a tablespoon of white glue. And we're going to mix this together so it turns into a dough. Most likely, it won't turn out super firm, but more on the runny side. And if you notice, it's still pretty liquidy. We're going to thicken it with half a tablespoon of cornstarch. Then we're going to keep mixing so it gets the same consistency as the other dough. It should be able to be handled with your hands without sticking. If you notice, it's still really runny, so we're going to add more cornstarch until it thickens up. If you look here, it kind of pulls away, which means we can already handle it with our hands to keep mixing it in so it turns out super smooth and even. After a while, you'll get this consistency that, if you notice, feels like it has more body and it's also softer. The only downside is that this one still sticks to your hands, and to keep it from sticking, we're going to do the same as before. Add a little squirt of baby oil. What I don't like about this recipe is that the dough is really sticky, and even though we've already kneaded it, added cornstarch, and put in baby oil, this happens. When you take it out of the container and put it back in your hands, it gets really sticky again. Still, I'm sharing it with you because it does have some good things. The result has a really good consistency, and this is the only one of the two doughs that you can paint while it's still fresh. To paint your fresh dough, you can use either acrylic paints or oil paints too. The result is just as vibrant with both types of paint. And all you have to do is add a drop of the color you want. Oh, it's closed. On the portion you want to paint, you're going to add a bit of acrylic paint and knead it in. That's why I say, if you're going to paint it, it's better to use a clear shampoo so it doesn't already have a base color like this one, which is green. Oh, another thing that happens with this dough is that when you add the paint, it gets even stickier and chewier. But don't worry, that's normal. You can also paint it with oil paint, which is actually one of the best paints for cold porcelain, in case you didn't know. And if you want to make your own cold porcelain, I'll also leave the recipe up here so you can check it out. Look, this is how the dough looks when it's freshly painted. It's already taken on the color we added with the paint, depending on how much paint we used. If you want it more intense, you have to add a lot more paint. The difference is that this dough, once dry, will end up almost the same color as the fresh dough. This one is from the recipe, the last one we made. And the result of the other dough we made, once it's dry and painted the same way, turns out like this, kind of white, see? So I think that for making molded figures from freshly painted dough, this second recipe works better for me. Now it's up to you to choose which one you like best, what you need, and which one you prefer to use. To store this dough, we have to do the same as in the first recipe. Use a resealable bag and keep it in there. Preferably use a separate one, but since I only have one, I'm going to store it in this one too. I want to show you something else. This is recipe number 2, which I made a week ago, and this is recipe number 1, which I also made a week ago. They've both been stored for the same amount of time. Look at recipe number 2. It's getting harder and harder to shape, and it's even starting to crack a bit. And the difference with recipe number 1, which is also why it's my absolute favorite, is that, look, it's still almost exactly the same as when it was freshly made. That's why I wanted to share these two recipes with you, so you can decide which one you want to use. If you want to make molded figures that are painted while they're still fresh, I recommend recipe 2. But if you want a dough that lasts longer, that you can shape for much more time, recipe 1 is better. Now it's your turn to tell me which one you want to make. Let me know in the comments. Tell me if you've already tried any of these recipes and which one you prefer. And that's it. See you next time.